Check, 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 check. 1, 2, 1, 2. What's up, people? This your boy Levelhead back with another Live and Level Gamers podcast. We're trying to get everything right on our end, making sure everything's sounding correct. I don't know what happened on Discord, but it literally erased our set program. But anyway, if we coming through loud and clear, put a 1 in the comment section. A 1 in the comment section. What's good, fellas?
Nothing much, man. Just driving right now, trying to stay safe.
What about you, K-Bomb?
I am doing pretty good myself. I'm getting ready to go on vacation starting next week. So I'm trying to get everything taken care of at the job so I can bees up out of here.
Boy, I tell you, this is the vacation king, boy. What part of this earth have you not seen, K-Bomb?
There's a lot. I'm trying to get there.
Let me see. So is anyone checking the live stream at this moment?
I am not, sir.
All right. I'm trying to see. Well, we definitely live. Yeah, we are. There we are. We live. Y'all hear that? Okay, so we are here to do what we always do on Thursdays. We're here to talk these games. We're gonna go a unique way tonight. We always kind of go our own, beat our own path and beat our own drum and tread our own path. Let me say it right. But anything interesting before we get into these topics? Anything
interesting? Oh, there's a lot going on in the world. I don't. None I think really need to bring up. I mean, I'm just I don't know. Nothing that needs to be spoken before we get into what we got to get into. I guess there's a lot going on. I guess we can roll.
Okay, yeah, I don't think there's anything. Are y'all going to see Nope? Do y'all do horror?
I plan on seeing it. I don't know when. I might try to catch it.
Go see what?
Nope.
Keaton,
Nope.
Peele.
Oh no.
Nope.
Jordan Peele. Jordan Peele.
Yeah. I plan on going to see it. So where y'all heading to, K-Bomb?
Wisconsin Dells. A family trip. So I'm going with my brother and his kids, and we're going to chill at the water parks.
Okay, that's what's up. Have y'all been to Holiday World?
No, we have not.
Y'all like Holiday World. Actually, so I've been somewhere K-Bomb ain't been. Anyway, so let's get it on into this first one, man. Let's get to the intro. I'm tripping. I ain't even played. I ain't even brought it in yet.
It's about to get live. We keep it pretty level, no surprise. Come and listen to the topic plus. Yeah, check out our discussion. Keith Norris and DJ Cat. K-Bump 20 on the MIC. Jet I night all the way in Germany. Level head, you know who that boy is. What it say? Live and level. We on that MIC. Live and level. We just talking them games. Live and level. Take a seat and listen up, man. Live and level.
We are here. We are ready to go. Y'all know what we do. That beat do go hard. I ain't gonna front. Float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. Rope a dope style, jet back like Ali. Oh, okay. Well, the beat went off. Let's get back into it. What's up, people? We are here. We are ready to go. I don't think there is no other live podcast than ours in these streets, man. I don't think no podcast that do what we do in this community that we do it in is any liver than we are. I think we the livest.
Bruh, I think we legit, if you ask me myself. I mean, but that's my opinion. But I think we legit. I
Yeah.
enjoy. I don't know. I enjoy listening to myself. I don't know if I'm by myself. Maybe I don't know.
Hey, man. Hey, don't get. I ain't mad at that. Drop them bombs on them, K-Bomb. But anyway, we are back, man. We got a few things set up to talk about. We got Taz in the comment section says, still not better than what you've been gaming on. Oh, okay. That's true. That's true, K. That's true.
That is a blessing.
But we are here, man. We are back. We sound as good as we always sound. Sound better than ever. We got Mr. Norris. We got K-Bum. And we got some topics. So, what's good? We kind of talked at the beginning, but you know what we got to go into next. But before we go there, what's good, man?
Man, I'm good, man. I'm doing pretty good, man. I am enjoying life. This weather is hot as a mug. I've been trying to stay cool because it's trying to take a brother out. But nah, man, it's been a pretty good summer. Me and the wife, I think we're trying to do some things we're trying to do. I don't know, man. She's trying to get me spend some money, man. We got some big moves probably coming up. I don't know. We'll see about that.
Spend some money.
But,
you got to tell me what's going on, man.
We'll have to talk about it offline, brother. But other than that, man, I'm doing good, man. It's life is treating me well, and I've been video games have been treating me well too. But I need more. I need more variety. I got some big games coming out towards the end of this year, and I need them now. So.
The wife is ready to splurge. I see something with wheels on it.
We'll talk offline.
I feel that in my spirits. I feel something with 4 wheels on it. Somebody ready to drive something nice. That's what I feel. I don't know why I felt that, but when you said, I was like, oh, that's a car. Anyway,
RV.
Nah, it's a car. It's a car, but I don't know what type. He gonna have to tell me off air though. I'm ready to hear what she want. She ready to let that window down, let that hair flow. I ain't mad at you. Anyway, what was I finna say? But anyway,
you will swing it over to Keith.
I was swinging over to Keith. What's good, Keith? Mr. Norris.
The
resident actor. This the actor and the famous man.
Hey, I want to get back to the stage so bad. No, I just came back from a work retreat in Tulsa at the Rivers Center Casino. Pretty nice casino, man. Pretty nice. They was talking about the CEO was talking about that he had some raises that was taking into effect July 1st. I checked my account and I was like, not me. I mean, that's nice that folks getting raises, but I didn't see it. No, they were just talking about how much money the company made and all that other good stuff. I'm like, that's what's up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, the work retreat was fun, man. It was fun. I don't really gamble, but it was cool, you know, to be at a casino.
Oh, that's the Indian casinos out there in Tulsa, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Man, there's so many casinos out there. I didn't even really notice until I was going to one. I was like, "Whoa, look at all the casinos side of the road."
Anyway, excuse me, man. I was trying not to do that, but I couldn't fight it. But anyway, we here. We rest to go. We just kind of breaking the ice, getting things started. We got Taz all in the comment section. What's up, Taz?
Well, you paused like you was ready for him to respond.
No, I had to catch myself. Let me slap yourself.
That's funny.
Let's get into what you've been gaming on. Let's go.
Yeah. You know what time it is? It's time for What Have You Been Gaming On? Sing it, folks. Let's go. Hey. What you been gaming on? 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 Gaming on, gaming on, gaming on.
So I started with Mr. Norris, I think, last week, so I'm gonna throw it at you, Bum. K-Bum, what you been gaming on, man?
So what I've been gaming on. So I did get a chance to finish up. I think the majority of my game time has been finishing up that beta for Overwatch 2. They made a major change to one of my favorite characters that I main. So I use them most of the time. So they made a major change to that character. I did not like the change at all. I was mad. I was upset. I was kicking rocks. Um, and then actually saw a YouTube video of someone actually playing correctly with the new changes. And I said, "Oh, that's where I'm at. I'm doing it wrong." So I changed up my style a little bit and started to play it right. And yeah, it's still one of the most powerful characters in the game. So I was pretty excited about that, and I pretty much played that beta until it went off. I think Tuesday, when the beta for Overwatch 2 stopped working. So I played that. Outside of that, I've been playing Warzone with the homies. Also been playing FIFA with the homies. And then playing a little bit of Horizon as well, trying to get a little bit further in the story. And I've realized that I can't just do all these side missions. It's not. I got to stick to the main story. I'll do a side mission every now and then, but I got to stick to the main story because this open world I'm getting tired of it. So I got to stick to the main story. But I do have to say this.
You getting tired of it?
The open. I am, but you have to remember, I am not an open world gamer. I'm not Keith. I don't like exploration. You can kick rocks with exploration. Just get me to the next set piece, and that's why I'm a linear, story-driven type of guy. But what I do have to say is that the main storyline has enough twists and turns to keep it entertaining. So I will say that much, that the main storyline does have enough. Oh crap! I didn't expect that. Oh, okay, that's a little bit different. Oh, okay, yeah. It has enough of that it keeps the main story going, but the surrounding characters in Horizon, the secondary characters, are not interesting at all. They're not interesting at all, and I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I don't care if it's a PlayStation title; they are not interesting. Now the dialogue is better now in this game. The interaction with people is better. They did a great job of that. But you don't care about the people. I don't care their names. I don't care their lives. Like in The Witcher, Keith knows. You wanted to do the side mission because you had to know how it ended. And so these side missions that was like 4 parts, Keith, right? You would keep doing it because you had to know it was that interesting, right? I don't give a.
Like the main story.
You say what?
It felt like the main story. They were so good.
Yeah. But here, I do not care.
Let me send this shout out real quick. Shout out to Nia. She's in these internet streets. What's up? She said something to me. She said, "Now, pro tip." I'm gonna read what she said. Pro tip. You should give your podcast a little title. she already responded. But anyway, no, Nia, I was being lazy on the day. I'm gonna be honest with you. I normally do give us a title, but I was lazy. And so charge it to the mind, not the heart. I was just being, actually that was hard because I was being lazy. Anyway, go ahead, K-Bomb. But welcome to the show.
That's it. I'm wrapping it up. So that's a good spot to kind of wrap it up. It's just the side mission. I think the voice acting is what's trash. I think that's what makes me not like the characters, is that the voice acting is trash. So
okay. So before you jump in here, Keith, so basically you saying you've grown tired of Forbidden West.
Not the main storyline, but doing all the other stuff. I can level up good enough by doing the main storyline. I don't have to do all the points on the map. Like, do this, go here, do this side mission. I don't have to complete all of those. I can stick to the main mission and get my kicks of the game and be fine.
All right. I thought you were saying you was tired of traveling west. I was gonna say, oh, okay. Hey, don't don't make the U-turn just yet, K-Bub. I haven't jumped on this game, so you
That's
discouraging
funny.
me. Anyway, Mr. Norris, what have you been gaming on, bro?
Peppa Pig. No, I'm just playing. I did download it though. I did download it for my youngest. He played it. I couldn't even watch him play it. I was like, nah, I can't do
Jeez.
it. Man, you enjoy yourself. Call me if you need me. That's what I told him. But no, we finished. Me and my son, we finished Kirby, and I must say, once you get past beating King DDD, which is typically the final boss, I guess I don't know nothing about Kirby, but once you get past that, uh, once you get past beating him, man, that game gets lit. Like those last few stages, or those final bosses or final battles rather, they're kind of lit. Especially the final battle. I was like, this a Kirby game? Like this is the stuff you expect out of like a I don't know like a Mario. It was big and epic. I didn't expect what they provided for us, and it was pretty dope. I must say, kudos to Nintendo for making a Kirby game that exciting. So we did that, and then we just been going through getting some extra powers, but and then there's some other stuff that you can do outside of the main missions, which is pretty cool. Like they got this fishing on there.
Mm.
They got this tabletop thing where you got to move the controller and try to get this ball in, and we all been competing. Daddy, look, I'm faster than you. It's been a lot of that. So it's just been a lot of daddy, son gaming going on. I haven't actually had time to do some solo gaming in a while. So hopefully I can get back to that. I wanted to play that Stray game, but I haven't been home. So,
Oh yeah, the
but
cat
yeah,
game, right?
man, that's the cat game. Yeah, but man, Kirby, man, like once you listen, Kirby kind of legit, man. I'm changing my tune. Like the first few levels, sleepers, but uh,
Sleepers.
man, just meditate through these stages. But the later stages kind of lit, and the graphics were nice too. So
Okay, all
that's
right.
all I've been gaming on.
Okay, well, we're going to move on to the next part of the podcast. We're going to get to one of our topics.
So that means you ain't been gaming on
I
nothing.
ain't played on nothing, man.
On nothing.
I just been swamped with stuff, bro. Like, I barely was able to get on here to do the podcast. I almost said, hey, bro, we might not be able to do the cast tonight. But, dude, I just been swamped with class work. So I'm trying to get all that done. I still editing these weddings, mixing music, and I just haven't been able to. I haven't turned my PlayStation on in probably a week, maybe since we. No, I didn't turn on then, so because I ain't played nothing last week, so about 2 weeks. I just been crazy right now. But like I said, my ambition is to get on that Last of Us 2, but I just ain't been able to do it. So I apologize. Hopefully by next week I've been unplayed something that I can share with y'all. But anyway, so let's get into these topics, man. Which way y'all want to go first? Cause I said we going a unique way tonight, and I set it up. There's a few things. Well, which way do I want to go? What way do I want to go? We got how has diversity advanced in gaming media, or has it? We got why is EA intentionally sabotaging or undermining FIFA on the Nintendo Switch? Y'all want to go to that one first?
Man, let's just hit the one. Let's hit the diversity off the bat, man.
Okay.
Let's just go right at it.
All right, so let's set this up, man. So, as y'all know, Prime has the new series. It actually premieres tomorrow night or tomorrow on Prime. What they call it? Is it Prime? Just Prime? How you say
Prime
it?
Video.
Prime
Prime
Video.
Video.
And they got the Lord of the Rings, Rings of, is it Rings of Power? Or something like that. Let me
I
look
believe
that up.
so.
I think
I
it's
believe
Rings.
it's.
We gonna get some fair use going
I
tonight.
believe it is Ring of. Yes, it's Rings of Power.
So, so there was a lot of controversy around rings of power, uh, and the fact that you have this world that is in more European areas starting to have these characters of a different hue, black people and brown folk. So there's a lot of controversy around the series. People are already bashing it. People are already looking forward to it failing because it's supposedly not sticking true to, I guess, the source material or whatever, right? So I was looking at this and it made me think about God of War Ragnarok when the one character showed up at the end. I'm gonna try to pull that trailer up, and it brought this thought to me: have we progressed truly in gaming in this sense when it comes to um, diversity? Are we making the strides that we need to make, or are we moving at a snail's pace? So while I pull this game up to kind of talk about the character, I can't remember the girl's name. Do y'all remember the girl's name I'm talking about? Thank you,
I know
Nia.
you're talking
Prime
about,
Video. Yeah.
but I do not remember her name.
Okay, so I guess I come to you, K Bum. Now I come back to you, Keith. How do you feel? As a in society at large, we know that there are still issues, right? But as
Yep.
gamers, how are we progressing when it comes to diversity? When it comes to uh, ethnic other group, a minority representation, other groups being represented in a leading role, like black characters, brown characters taking a leading role, women, black women, brown women, yellow women taking a leading role in these games, and not always a white male. This is going to be one of those type of topics on tonight. So if you ain't mature enough to have one of these type of topics, I suggest you tune out because we're going to have it on tonight. Is gaming progressing in its diversity, or is it moving at a snail's pace? K-Bum is on you.
Let's go ahead and get this out the way. If you're going to be uncomfortable talking about these things or listening to someone talk about these things, you can go ahead and be uncomfortable, because let's go ahead and have this conversation. So, um, I, I'm gonna say several things with this. Okay, I'm not gonna try to contradict myself, but I'm going to say several things with this. I believe there is a conscious effort by game developers and gaming companies to broaden how they see protagonists in games. I think I think even from the recent years, you can see um, that lead characters are no longer just your standard white male, um, as the baseline as your character. I think there is a concerted effort, an effort actually put forth by these companies to actually showcase, right, the diversity in gaming. 'Cause here's this. I am me myself. I am a software developer. I have been in the field of software development for over 17 years. Is that true? Good Lord.
Oh
Uh,
man, oh man, that is he.
I have been in the field of software development for 17 years. So I understand what the software field looks like, what the development field looks like. And no, I don't work on gaming, but I do work in the software field. And I do know that for many years, one of the main reasons why the protagonists were white is because they were made by white people. Those were the people making the game. Those were the people funding the game. And so I don't think they made it, you know what I'm saying, to be white. They made it because they saw inspiration from themselves and their lives, and that's how they made their characters. right? It wasn't. I don't think any of it really was really bad intent to make the person white. It's just, even with Stan Lee at in the beginning, when he made his characters, he made characters out of his Jewish being, a life, and he made characters that represented that. So a lot of his early characters were all white characters, right? And then they started to look in other places and look outward, and I think we're hitting that point in gaming where they're not just looking at telling their stories, right? Looking at telling things from their perspective. When I say there, I am talking about white people. Make sure we're being straight and clear here. They're not just talking about telling their story. They're looking at telling other stories, because there are other stories out there to be told. And then when I look at games like Forspoken, which is a young black female lead, all of that just sounds weird. Because normally, if it's a black female lead, they're a very boyish type of female, right? I guess like Mad Max. I forget her name. Played Mad Max, right? It's a very boyish type of features that this female would have, or is an over sexualized type of thing like they would do in Japanese game, and you don't have any of that with this character. And when you look at games like Deathloop, where you have two of the main characters are both African American, and they are actually African American. They're not brown skin template. They're actually African American. Because you get that too,
and the
right?
girl that created the controversy or the character is this one right here. I got her paused while you talking, K-Bum.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So I do. I'm gonna try to be short because I do want to kind of give everyone that opportunity to talk, and we're gonna probably have some more rebuttal with this. So I'm gonna try to cut myself a little bit short with what I'm saying. So there is an effort to do that. What we're seeing is the backlash from the people, not the people making the game, because they were just telling their own stories and just making the character white because it actually sold more if it was a white character. It actually sold more. That's a proven fact. If you make a white male character, your game actually sells more. And so companies make them white because it sells more anyway. But what you're seeing is the reaction from the gamers themselves. Now, has that changed? I don't know if I will go on a limb and say that piece has changed. I think that these people are trying to that these people are seeing their likeness being removed, and I have air quotes up right now, being removed from media, TV, sports, video games, music, and so some feel that they are threatened. There you go. Some feel threatened by this, and if you dare make a black character in a famously white only movie or game, then you are either pandering or any other words they want to use other than just there's more than just white people in the world. So I'm gonna leave it at that because I know there's plenty of other dialogue. I want to give you guys enough space and opportunity to have that dialogue.
That was a good
but that's
segue,
just
that was a good. That was a good. He's like, yeah, you ended on a really good note. Keith,
yeah, go ahead.
Keith, you on deck, man. What's your words on this? Are we progress? And let me say this real quick. K-Bum, I commend you, man. I like how you separated the gaming development from the gamers.
Yep.
That was a good what's the word I'm looking for? Observation. Because that's like, dang, that's interesting. This is not a gaming development issue. This is a gaming consumer issue. So that's a good point. Anyway,
it was a a game maker issue.
It was, but it still is in
parts.
In many parts. But I say my part, and after Keith come, I say what I got to say. But I think this is a very good topic. Go ahead, Keith. Mr. Norris, are you there? He might be gone. Okay. So, because he did say he had to step away. So when he come back, I'll bring him out. Well, this is what I'm gonna say, and I'm kind of glad K-Bum said what he said because it gives me the window to look at it from a lens I wasn't looking at it at first. So I'm not gonna throw my ire at the development because you are starting to see it. You're starting to see them look into telling other stories. You're starting to see this in media too, but you really the game and you're starting to see it. Them trying to tell other stories. You know, like we always said Kratos was ours because we know that the person that played Kratos was us. You know, so we always claimed Kratos. But you starting to see representation from other outside the majority in gaming. But this response kind of took me back, especially one, and it made me come back to this response to this character because I find it funny, and I'm gonna go into my little. I'm gonna go somewhere with this K-Bomb. Just bear with me.
I'm here with you.
When Moses was played by who? Who was Moses played by?
He was a famous. What is his name?
Heston, right?
Charleston Heston.
Charleston Heston. I couldn't remember his first name.
Yep.
When Moses was played by Charlton Heston, or if I'm saying it right, and all of Egypt was white men, and all the Israelites were white men, and the whole world was white, y'all didn't have a problem with that when that was not a true depiction of that world. Now I'm not saying they was African, but they were not white men. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, they're Egypt, so they
Egyptian,
actually are. Wait. No, they actually are African because Egypt is in Africa, so they are African. Now I'll say that because I've been to Egypt.
Yeah.
And they refer. I asked them myself, and they say, "Oh yes, we are Africans."
I'm not referring to the Egyptians more so than the Israelites. I was
okay.
Sorry. But I'm with you.
I'll step back.
They were brown people at the very least. We know Egypt is African. Now are they Western Africa? Are they Kenyan and all them? Maybe not. You know, but they are Nubian. They was over there. But my point is, all through media, we have depicted Indians as white men. We have depicted, Tom Cruise went over was the last samurai. No one had nothing to say about all that.
Gandhi was actually the movie Gandhi in the I believe the 80s or 70s was actually played by Sir Ben Kingsley, which is a great actor. I actually love his work. He actually played the guy Trevor or the Mandarin in Iron Man, but he was played by a white man.
Sorcerer Supreme. The comic book, that's not what they look like. No problem. But
it was some backlash. I will be amiss to say there was some backlash. I would say that.
The Airbender.
Well, you shouldn't speak about that movie at all because that movie doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
Goku. I can keep going. Gods of Egypt. Out of all the gods, it was only one black god of Egypt. The god of brown people was only one of them was brown. So my point is, I find it very hypocritical when these fictional worlds,
they are fictional.
Fictional worlds. Them are real. The other stuff that I'm talking about, them are based off of. Now, don't get me wrong. This is based off of certain realities, but God of War is extremely fictional. I don't think we got to be that uptight about a brown character showing up in this universe. But Lord of the Rings, I guess y'all don't think people don't think there was any brown people on the earth.
Well, we actually haven't even heard the story of the woman from God of War. We haven't heard the story, so we don't know who she is, why she is, where she is. We're just seeing something that we're not accustomed or want to see, and then you kind of raise arms and get upset and fuss about it.
Right. My point is, as a black man, we have and representing us, K Bum, and I think I can speak for you, I can speak for Keith, I can speak for Nia, I can speak for Taz. We used to enjoying entertainment that doesn't have no representation of us in it. And we can go there and enjoy it for what it
You
is.
you are going there. We are so accustomed of watching media and entertainment, and none of it looks like us, and it be praise. Simple. Seinfeld, Friends, some of those were the whitest shows that ever white, but they were good shows. But
Right.
I've watched it, and not a. If it was a brother, it was a very off character. Seinfeld did have the lawyer, but other than that, you didn't see any brothers on the,
Right. Now, I ain't
especially
even talking.
Friends.
I'm not even talking about that because you got Martin, you had the Cosby Show, you had Living Single. What I mean is, this made me, I didn't even realize, and I love the Lord of the Rings series. I love
Yeah,
the movies. I love the first three. I love The Hobbit. I didn't realize there were no brown people in them movies. I didn't even think about it. That's how
you used to it.
that's how used to that I am. Came up, I didn't even think about. There's not one brown, black, high yellow, nothing in them movies. And I enjoyed all three. It was one of I love the Lord of the Rings. I went and sat at them 3-hour-long movies. I took a girl on a date before I got married. Lord, my wife ain't upset. I took a girl on a date.
Yeah,
And I bet she was looking at me like, this dude is
weirdo,
crazy. You took me to the Lord of the
weirdo.
Rings. We had to do an intermission and go. And they literally paused the movie and said, hey, if you're tired, got to use the bathroom. We paused the
That's
movie.
hilarious.
That girl must have liked me a lot to be that movie with me. Never one time dawned on me there was no black people, brown people, yellow people in the movie. Didn't bother me at all. But y'all see, not y'all, so I don't want to broad brush it.
Yeah,
But
I'm broad brushing.
those immature individuals who cannot handle some browning, some darkening of their universe, that's odd to me. Cause
Their worldview.
anyway, their world. Anyway,
It's,
let me
it's,
shut
it's,
up. Let me shut up. Bring Keith in here. Are you back, Keith? He's still not back. Okay, so wait a minute. Are you back, Keith? Cause he keep muting this. Okay, so K-Bum, go ahead, man.
yeah, it's. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm throwing it to you.
No, I didn't know if you wanted to kind of arrange the question differently or ask another question, so that's why I was waiting to see what you're going to do with it.
No, I'm throwing it back. You know, letting you piggyback off of that. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. So it's a worldview type of thing. Is what happens, right? Where you see through a certain lens. So I was born in the city, right? I was born and raised in the city, so I'm a city boy. So I was born and raised, and if we dare say I was born in the hood, I was born and raised in the hood, right? So I'm used to seeing my people, right? And I went to a school that was surrounded by my people, right? And it was funny because we used to occasionally have about 3 new white students come to our school, not my class, our school, and we have 4 white students, and me knowing how it is and how it feels to be a minority, I was weird enough that I used to go to the white kids and introduce myself because I understood how it felt to be out of your element. Right. To be somewhere and not see anyone that looks like you or you feel like you can relate to. And so I used to actually introduce myself and befriend some of these students because I'm like, yeah, it's a weird feeling for you probably at this point. And so I had empathy for that. Right. But get back to my point of talking about growing up in the hood, being in the suburb.
Your brother put the whole name of the school.
Nah, he did put the name of the school in there.
He put the whole name in there. Go ahead.
That's my bro. That's my bro. He can probably tell you I'm not lying. It was a handful. You can count the white people in that school. So now I'm in the suburbs, right? And my worldview is completely different. And it's fascinating because if I lived out here my entire life, I wouldn't have the same reaction to people in a very similar experience that I did beforehand. But since I've had that experience, right, I see things differently. And that's the point I wanted to come through is sometimes people live with a certain worldview,
Right.
right? And they don't have a chance to interact and see things differently. And so when their worldview is therefore being challenged, they see it as wrong, right? Because this is the norm. And the norm being that if you're Middle Earth, yeah, you can have orcs and creatures and monsters and everything else, but not a black person. But that's ridiculous.
Right. My thing is piggybacking off of what you said, man, and taking into Nia, going into a lane. I don't always share, that aspect of myself, but being in a role of a pastor and uh, of a church that is diverse, we have black and white members. Uh, I'm extremely sensitive when we more black than white. Don't get me wrong, but
Yep.
we have white members, and I'm very sensitive, like you were saying, K Bum, to them because I understand what it feels like to be the minority in a majority situation. I know what that feels like, so I can sympathize. I can relate, and I'm more sensitive to them, and I cater to them to make them comfortable in this environment.
Yep.
Like you said, I greet them. I'm very engaging, and then as they either join or that visit, I'm being like that, real cordial to make their experience and time with us comfortable. But that's because, like you said, we're so familiar with that position. It's second nature for us. Like I
Yeah, for
said,
many
I
it is.
I
For
never
many it is.
considered that it wasn't anybody black in Lord of the Rings. Never thought about it, and I can name several other movies that not one black character in it. I look at and that's normal for us. Not nothing black, nothing brown, nothing close to brown, nothing close to yellow. But that's why I'm like, for these certain individuals who want this movie to fail because it have some brown characters. Those who had complaint because of this brown character in this game. It's like, are y'all serious? Like, you don't think there was, just because it's a European area, that brown people wasn't in them areas in capacities with trade and all that? Yeah, they were.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah.
nothing new. Just, yeah, it might. Most of the people there in the game, it's going to be European or whatever, indigenous people of that area. But all those areas still had other groups, other people groups, tribes there. It's like when you came to America, and they found it out now. There was Indians here, but if you go back and they found it out now, it wasn't just Indians who came over here. It was already Africans who traveled over here, Middle Easterns who traveled over here. They had been here already. So you're not gonna find one people group in no area, and they might dominate. That don't mean other people ain't gonna venture off into them areas, and they familiar with brown, black, yellow, all of them. They know because they trade and they engage and interact with one another in trade. So a black person being in an area that's predominantly white in this context of God of War wouldn't be strange. It's actually strange not to have any. That's the strange part, that you
But
don't
but
want
that,
to
but
depict any.
that's not their worldview. It's
So
it's it's not it's not it's not the worldview. It's not the bubble that they live in. The bubble they live in is it's normal not to. I talked to, I forget who I talked to. It was a friend of mine that I talked to. I'm trying to remember who it was. Oh yeah, one of the guys I play video games with. He actually lives he lives not too far from you actually.
okay,
And he talked about, I believe he said he didn't meet a black person until, was it like seventh grade, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's about seventh grade. And yeah, and it was just, it was the norm. And it's funny because me and him are actually, we've been friends for about 20 years. Right, me
Mm-hmm.
and this guy have been friends for 20 years, and he talked about, he spent half of his more than half of his childhood without being in school with a black person, right? And for a lot of people, it's the world view. This is how the world looks like to them. And
Right.
when you challenge, and I know we're getting a little bit past games, so I don't know.
But
We want
but
to
it but
tie
this
it back in
goes this
and
goes
bring
past
it back to
games.
game because I am going very intellectual about this particular thing. But I've done a lot of talking. I talked to all type of people. So
Right.
I actually love these type of conversations
I'm
and
limiting
engaging.
myself, to be honest with you. I'm really holding back. I'm trying to
Oh,
be I'm holding back. I really am. Because I being in a college environment, I work in a college environment, and a lot of stuff that I come across, I'm being real safe. But I was a part of this one event where a friend of mine who was a director at the school had this event, um, trying to bring to attention fraternities and sororities and the college, because where the college we went to, K Bum, and while there is minority representation, it's dominated by is more white dominated, but it's a diverse place when it wants to be. But anyway, he was trying to share a skewed way, many whites see the world, right, and how they see diversity. So he showed a picture, and he said the dude that was doing the lecture said, "This is how many white Americans and whites see the world and what they think when you say diversity. This is what they see, and what the picture had in it. Out of about 12 to 13 people, you had about 6 to 7 that were white, then maybe another 3 that was black, 1 that was Asian, 1 that was, and maybe 2 Mexicans, right? Or you could interchange Mexican with Middle Eastern, Napoleon, all them types, right?
yeah.
Uh, so that's how they see diversity.
Right, earbuds on.
But then he said, but this is the reality. He put the same picture up, 13 people, and 9 of them were white. 1 of them was Asian. No, 11 of them were white. 1 of them was Asian, 1 of them was black. No, 10 of them was white, 1 of them was Asian, 2 of them was black. And he said that's the reality. And in the picture, you see the black and the Asian and the other black looking uncomfortable because this is their context most of the time in most environments they go into. And
Right.
after that lecture, and he took them a whole, it was a dope lecture. When they went online and were getting feedback from the lecture, it was so much complaints about being targeted, reverse racism, all this. Like, so that's what I'm saying. I'm holding back, but because we talking about gaming, people, we got to do better. But Keith is here. Keith, I'm gonna give you the final thoughts on this, and then we're gonna move on because I don't want to wear us out on this. But this is stuff we need to talk about. But go ahead, Keith.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yes.
hear you.
Oh man, I've been trying to talk, and anyways, I'm in an Uber now. Well, just got to be real. Uh, so I was listening, man. It was a movie that came out. I think it was 3000 BC or something like that, where the little kid was like native something, and he grew up. I don't know if y'all seen that movie. He grew up and he became a white guy, right? So he was some native guy, then he grew up and they changed him. But what I hear from all of this is marketing. There was a movie not too long ago with Faison Well. I think it was like something Friends, Vacation Friends, or whatever,
Mm.
and
Yes.
very funny movie. And they had Faison Love in it. I don't know if any of the audience knows him, but black guy. They took him
Big
out of the
worm.
marketing. Big one, right? They took him out of the marketing when they put the movie overseas. He's still in the movie. They didn't take him out the movie, but they took him out of the marketing, the posters. So he wasn't. It appeared that he wasn't in the movie over
They did the
there.
same thing for Finn in Star Wars.
Did they?
Wow.
Yeah,
What they did
yeah,
with Finn?
yeah. There was one of the posters they had for one of the worldwide releases didn't have him in there.
Hold
Wow.
on. I had people calling me.
Okay.
That's what
Okay. Well, it goes back to what was that with Black Panther? The fact that they didn't believe a movie like that with a black lead
With a black
superhero,
cast.
with a black cast, black lead superhero, full black, yeah. Uh, and we didn't complain
sorry, my
about
sister.
and here's the thing, man. We didn't complain about the one white guy in the movie.
I liked him.
Well,
He had some
would,
cool lines too.
but the question is, would we even think to complain about it?
What we complain about?
I mean, it was a little bit. It was a little bit, but it wasn't. Nobody was
I
looking for
thought
the movie to
he had
fail because of it. You know
I
what
thought
I'm
he had
saying?
cool lines. I
I
like
thought it
the
was cool.
whole, when he tried to bow. That was
So, and then Black Panther proved that if people want to be represented, man, uh we love gaming. Bringing it back to the gaming, we move on to our next topic. We love
cool.
gaming, but it'd be even better to see yourself represented in gaming in a quality way. Black Panther was the first
Yes,
time a black superhero was treated with some real dignity and respect. And then the results was one of the best selling, highest selling Marvel movies of
a
all
billion,
time,
a
and
bill,
created a movement and sent that man off. Even though he passed, it sent that man off in glory because he's forever Black Panther to us. So anyway, uh, we gonna continue. We might talk about that topic again. But that we gotta get
I mean, I can go full 3 hours with that topic,
right,
but
right,
I'm going to save people ears and save their time, and we can. I think we did a pretty good job of talking about this
right,
without drowning out with whatever. I think pretty good.
right. So let's continue. Another thing we wanted to talk
He said,
about.
"Oh no, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. I'm sorry.
What'd you say? Oh, okay.
You can make the first right at this church.
Oh,
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry.
okay. My bad. I didn't know what was going on. But so let's talk about EA because I think this is a problem that I think needs. I think all gamers should have a problem with this as consumers. Okay, so y'all know FIFA. The new FIFA is coming out, right? Is it FIFA 23?
23. That is correct.
Okay, so the new FIFA is about to hit, and it's hitting all platforms. Coming out to the PlayStation 5, 4, Xbox, Series X, One X, Series S, Switch, PC. Well, there's been this trend that basically, while the PlayStation, the Xbox, PC are getting the actual new game, the Nintendo device basically gets a roster update. That's basically what it is. I'm gonna look up the article, but I kind of saw this, and I give credit to where I was actually got this. I was watching Spawn Wave. He was kind of talking about it, and basically the FIFA version on the Switch, and they did this on the Wii U as well. And they've been doing this with a lot of the games, sports games that they put on Nintendo devices. They don't give you all the features of the other versions, and basically you buying the same game again, basically just with an updated roster. That's what it boils down to. And I think this is anti-consumer, and I think all consumers should this should not fall into the console war nonsense. I don't care if you're a Sony guy or a Xbox guy and you play over there. You should have a problem with EA doing that to any consumer with their titles. And I want y'all thoughts on this. Am I wrong to feel that way? should EA be called out for this stuff? Because I feel like it's sad in my opinion. Go ahead. Who want to go? Keith, you want to go or K-Bomb?
Man, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah, I can hear
good.
you. We heard you give
Oh,
instructions and directions real quick. We heard that.
Turn it up in
man,
this
I
church.
was I was actually talking in the last topic, and then my sister called me.
Uh-oh.
It went out again.
Uh-oh.
Are you back?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Are you back?
Anyways,
Can you hear us?
I can hear you.
All right, go ahead. What's your thoughts on EA and this trend with sports titles that they send to Nintendo devices and they gimping them? Do you feel like
So,
this is intentional sabotage or an undermining of the title?
uh, man, I hate to use the phrase intentional sabotage, but it looks that way because there's no way that you would put a game out on the Switch of that caliber and not put your best foot forward because they still got a lot of units sold. Like I can't remember how many units sold on the Switch, but you got a lot of units of the Switch sold right now. Why would you put out and I hate to say it this way, but a bastardized version of a game of a popular game at that? You know what I mean? Like
It is the world's most popular sports game. So let's get
the
that straight.
most popular sports game, and this is what you decide to do. That's retarded. Are they intentional about it? I hate to say what a company is doing, and I don't see the benefit of them intentionally doing it. Like I can't see the benefit of them like intentionally not putting their best foot forward unless they just don't respect the Nintendo consumers, which could be the case. You know, they look at Nintendo consumers as, oh, they'll take anything because they're starving over there, but that ain't true. We don't have to play your game. We got strikers. I'm playing, but but yeah, I think it's a lack of respect to the Nintendo gamers as opposed to it as the Nintendo company or Switch. But then again, now that I just said that, I just remember the relationship that they had early on. Um, so you could be right, Level, when you put this topic in there that they are intentionally sabotaging. Because I forgot that they did have a really stained relationship, and I thought that they mended it. I can't remember, but I know that they had a really bad relationship at one point in time, and that could still be a fact.
Yeah, it's something. Go ahead, Keith. I mean, K-Bomb. Keith, I want to hold up. I'm trying to get my thoughts together because you said something that towards the end that I forgot about. So you basically going all the way back to the early stages of the Wii U, right? With that.
No,
Let's go back
no,
to
this
that.
this was
Okay.
no, this is before that. I mean, this is after that because I remember. So when the Switch was announced, EA came out and they was talking about all this great stuff that they was going to do, and then somewhere in the middle of the life cycle of the Switch, the relationship got stained again.
Was it over the Origin stuff?
It may have been. It may. Have,
Okay,
I don't
I'm
think
not
that was.
sure.
I think it was Switch. I don't think it was Wii U. I think they had tried to mend it because they was going to come out and put their games on the Switch. I could be wrong. I'm not sitting in front of my computer to fact check myself, but I just remember that they had a bad relationship, and I don't think it started on the. I mean, it probably started on the Wii U, but I think it still existed on the Switch, and they tried to, but then something else happened, and you might be right about the Origin thing too.
Okay.
But there is a relationship issue between Nintendo and EA.
Okay. All right, K-Bum, come on in here, man. Now I get K-Bum this. Let me set this up real quick because I know me and Keith ain't really simulation sports type. Well, I'm not. I got them. I have them. I don't play them, but I have them. My son bought me Madden. I bought 2K for them, not necessarily for me. And when my brother come over here, my oldest brother, because I can get on there with him, and that's a way to bond with him. But I don't actively play sports titles unless I'm actually playing with K-Bum, like when we was doing the Madden League, when y'all had you and Taz, y'all had that Madden League. I jumped in there and kind of grew fond of Madden. That I think that was Madden 2011, 12. Which one was that?
It's about 11, 12. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's correct.
So, but you are active. You, Taz, y'all are active in FIFA. I've sat there and watched y'all play. You streamed y'all game session. I watched you and him and a group of y'all play, and y'all calling out who doing what, switching. As a FIFA a person that play FIFA and play EA titles, Madden, do you feel like this is wrong of them, what they doing to Nintendo consumers by putting a gimped game or a stripped version of a game for full price, like Nia saying, still charging the same price, but half or not even a third of the features? And it's not a power issue, because it definitely ain't a power issue no more.
Okay. I am a fan of some EA titles. I am a fan of EA titles. I have been probably the lone person on this podcast actually trying to give EA credit for certain things, or even trying to not just give them credit, but trying to be even keel when we're judging EA, because they have done some horrendous things to fans of Nintendo that sometimes you kind of hard to see past, rightfully so. But the fact that so they've released the information about FIFA 23. And the article says that FIFA 23 for Switch does not include any new gameplay features or modes. So there's no new gameplay or feature or mode that was added to either the Xbox, the current or last gen version of the game that actually made it to the Switch. Right, and there's also crossplay that was added this year. So now you can, if you're on the Xbox 360, not 360. Whoa, hello, Xbox One, Xbox One X, or the PS4, you can
Series
actually
X,
play.
Series X, Series
No, I'm
S,
talking about the last generation.
Oh, okay.
So was it eighth? You know what I'm saying? If you had last generation or current generation, depending on which generation you're actually on, you can play with the other competitor's console, right? So crossplay. And I read through that, and Switch is nowhere there, right? Even the PC is allowed to play, I believe, with the next gen folks, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check that just to make sure. So, no new features, no new gameplay enhancements, no new modes. And EA is going to turn around and sell you this game. That is baloney. That is bullcrap. That is a terrible. It wouldn't. If I wouldn't accept it on the console that I like to play, why would I be okay with them doing that to a console that I pretty much realistically don't really care for? Why would I be okay with that? I'm sorry. I am a consumer. I am not a friend of EA. I am a consumer, which means I purchase things that I want and I like, and so therefore I can judge what I see. I don't have to sugarcoat. I'm not owned by any company, and so when I see shady practices, like releasing a game with no new features, and you dare to charge me a new price for the same game you gave me last year, except for updated rosters. At least when people say beforehand, right? People say, "Oh, it's just the same game." Ha ha ha, blah blah blah. They do it all the time with FIFA and Madden, and I go through and defend them. Like, look at all the features and look at all the stuff they added to the game. And I go to deep detail because I read all the blogs, the developer blogs, so I know all the actual changes in the game. Even though people want to flat out say there's no new changes to the game, I disagree. But this is actually no new changes to the game. There's no defending this, man. There's zero way you can defend this. They're going to charge you money for a game that's the same game that you have. And that is ridiculous. EA is disgusting for doing that, man. One thing, Switch people shouldn't even bought FIFA because they gave you the PS3 version of
right,
FIFA.
That's why I was going to go. You already beat me to the punch.
That's like the PS3 version of FIFA you guys got. You don't even have like the PS4 version. Like you shouldn't even be purchasing this. You should say, screw you, EA. I'm not buying this piece of crap until you actually.
The problem is, K-Bomb, it's two problems.
Good Lord.
One, now you brought up the online part. I don't have no problem with that because that's on Nintendo end. If Nintendo don't want to create a quality online service that will make that experience compatible to the other devices that you'll be cross playing with, then I can get EA a foregoing that because it's just not a. It won't be a good. You're gonna hamper the experience for the people you're playing with, and you in 30 frames per second. I don't know if they in 60 frames per second or not, but I'm pretty sure a game like that is gonna require a lot of stuff that Nintendo ain't even mastered with Smash Bros. So I get that part. But the part I don't get is what you just said. Like, you're gonna give me a game with no updates other than making sure the roster reflects the reality of now and the current roster. That's it, and you're going to charge me full price. One, no, Nintendo consumers should not be buying this game. That's one. But I'm going to go a step farther and say Nintendo shouldn't even okay, you're going to do that, keep your game. Keep it. We don't need it. And if that means our relationship is what it is, then it is what it is. Because I'm not going to, if I keep allowing you, and like you said, K-Bum, this ain't new. It's just getting worse and more egregious every year they release it. You gave us the PS. Oh, well, I'm getting called. Hold up. Anyway, my wife is calling, so go and take over, K-Bum.
No problem. Yeah, so I know that Nia just brought up in the chat about is EA being open and clear about what the Switch version is, and I mean I had to look at I did have to look at an article to kind of see it. I went to EA page and they're on their FIFA page, and it's not clear from that page that the Switch version doesn't have any upgrades. Right, you kind of have to read in between the line to see that the FIFA version on the Switch is just your plain Jane FIFA version, and I think that that's bullcrap. Right, I believe they like I kind of agree with Leveled on that. I don't know how you feel, Keith, but I agree with Leveled that Nintendo shouldn't even allow this to be on their console, man. I mean, if you're just going to literally give me a roster update. It shouldn't even be allowed to be sold on their system, man. That is ridiculous to even like. I would love to know what what CEO, what CIO, CFO, whoever makes the decision to say, nah, y'all don't got to worry about developing for the Switch. Just release the same thing we did last year. Like I would love to be able to fly on the wall to hear that conversation. What are your thoughts about that, Keith?
Okay, can you hear me first?
Yeah, yes, I can hear you.
Thank God I've been struggling. Listen, I'm sorry. I wanted to get on, and it's been a struggle. Uh, I got a question because you never brought up the whole online thing, and I can ask you this because you know more about it. Is that really on Nintendo? Can they still give a proper online service without Nintendo input at all? Because I know, I think Fortnite is still free, or I could be wrong on the Switch. And I think there's some other games that are free on the Switch online that does not require
Well,
in.
those have to be free to play games.
Oh, okay.
Those are usually if you're because Sony does the same thing. You don't need PSN to play online free to play games. Xbox was the only one that was charging people to play online for some of their free to play games. Yes, that is correct.
Okay. But okay.
But I believe Halo. You don't have to pay. I don't believe you have to pay for online to play Halo because I played Halo online and I didn't. I don't think I had a Xbox Live account.
Yeah, I think
So
that is still free. I think that's one of their big marketing things about Halo multiplayer, so it's free. Um, But yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm actually was literally sitting there thinking about going on Twitter and saying don't purchase FIFA on the Switch because it's really not right when you sit back and look at the grand scheme of things. I forgot that they did put the PS3 version on there.
Right.
So you
Yeah,
talking about just
yeah.
roster updates? Like, what is the purpose of you even putting this down? I don't even care about the full price at this point. Why are you giving this? Why are you even wasting your time and resources even putting this game on there? And that, to me, that still says that we don't respect this consumer, and they'll eat anything because they want anything. Oh, they want a simulation soccer game. We're the only ones. We can give them anything they want, and that's disrespectful to
It's
think that
very.
Nintendo fans are so naive that they're going to sit there and buy a game two generations
They
old.
they so desperate to be apart and accepted. Like to me, I'm like, man, most of y'all own the other, and they got this notion in their mind that if we buy the game, EA gonna do it better. No, they not. This
No, no,
is
no.
this is a decade of this. This goes all the way back to the Wii U, Switch. Switch done sold over 100 million. It's 100 million Switches out there. Over 100 million. So the excuse that it ain't enough systems out there to really make it, we
It's
really get
gone.
just
It's gone.
throwing you a bone. That's been you got more Switches than Xboxes and PlayStation 5s out there. So it goes directly to what Keith's saying. This is EA having no respect. I'm gonna go as far as say for a Japanese dominated company, cause Sony is basically Western.
Sony is still Japanese
It's
though.
Japanese, but
Sony
it's
Japanese, but you got to
it's
consider the fact that FIFA is a world game and it's more football is more popular over there than it is over here.
Yep.
yeah. I just think it's disrespect. What I'm saying is K Bum, not that Sony is not Western, but Sony plays by Eastern, but Sony plays by a Western game. They play the Western game. They
Yeah.
are Eastern owned company that play by Western rules. Whereas, and we complain about it all the time. Nintendo play by their own rules, and so yeah, so
Nintendo is going to be unapologetically Eastern.
right,
So,
and I think
Sony
that
is
got
not.
something to do with it too. I think that got something to do with it as well. I think there may be because even listening to Reggie dealing with Japan, Nintendo of Japan, and he works for Nintendo, and he described how difficult it was to get them to see things, to concede on things, to go a different course. So I'm not going to say that EA don't have there is not communication issues. I'm pretty sure there are, but EA, you ain't just doing that to Nintendo. You're doing it to his consumer. You are selling this to people. And if, like Keith said, and like Nia said in the comment section, if you ain't gonna do even the bare minimum of K-pop, you literally said there's literally nothing new to the game. They literally
It, it,
telling you that. They're gonna put a
it's
game on the shelf and they told you there ain't nothing new in it, but here you go.
The cover's new, the
Yeah,
title's new.
the
the
cover, the
covers new, the
disc
titles
new,
new.
the plastic new, the upload is
Roster.
new, the download is new. Ain't nothing else new about it.
The
What's wrong?
the only thing it does get, and it is not a justification. So please, people, I just like to give all the facts. I just like to give all the facts, people. It does have the foot mode or foot mode, which is the trading card version of the game. But the only reason why it's there and it's going to be updated is because it makes EA $1 billion.
Okay, all right, that's enough
But it's not.
EA.
But it's not a new mode. That mode has been there, but it will get updates. But it's only going to get updates because it makes EA money. It's not like a dynasty mode or a franchise mode that EA doesn't get money off of after it's released. No, it is a money maker, and that's the only reason why that the Switch version is going to get those updates.
So Nia,
Did y'all?
you saying they hold up, Keith, real quick. Nia, you saying they didn't tell us? I'm confused. How did we? Okay, go ahead, Keith.
I was going to ask, since I'm away from my resources, did they say or did y'all say what the features that are missing?
Everything,
Everything.
everything.
So what it said. So it didn't say missing features, right? I want to make sure we're being as clear as possible. It says there are no new features. So any new feature that was added in FIFA 23 for either the PS4 Xbox or the PS5 Xbox Series X, none of those features are going to make it any none of those new features are going to make it in the Switch version of the game that's going to be sold with the title of FIFA 23.
So K Bum, so it is missing features.
No, no,
It
no, 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 no.
wait,
I
let
want to
me.
make sure. I want to make sure I was saying that it's not like they take features out of
No,
it,
no,
or
no,
it has
no,
less features than the last version. It's just
no.
that it's not going to have any of the new features that's coming in,
So
but it has
so
some of the features that the original
right. So
22
that no,
had.
that's irrelevant. It's supposed to have what it had before. You releasing FIFA 23, right? New game. So if you're releasing a new game and on every other platform this new game got new features and the Switch version, none of those features are there, then it's missing features because it says FIFA 23 on the cover. So if I supposed to have parity here unless I can't because of, like I said, the online. I get why they wouldn't put cross game cross
Crossplay.
crossplay on there because
There's nothing to crossplay with because every version is they're on a higher version. And this is the PS3 version. There's nothing to
what
crossplay with. There's no compatibility.
right, but I'm saying let's just pre-adventure that it wasn't the PS3 version and it had all
Okay.
the features, but because of Nintendo's poor online services, it wouldn't be fair to those you're playing with to play against because Nintendo services it can't handle it.
But Overwatch still has crossplay when with Switch.
Yeah, we ain't gonna talk about that,
Okay, let's talk about the baseball game that I'm playing right now has crossplay with Switch.
Okay,
MLB?
Yes,
all
it
right,
has
okay,
crossplay with Switch. So I don't think it's the infrastructure.
okay.
It's
Maybe I'm tripping
EA.
on that part. It's EA. It's EA.
It's
But
So
EA, bro.
that's what I was trying to say. Like I think that's EA just simply not putting forth the work and doing it. I don't think that's Nintendo. I think anybody could thrive on the Switch if they wanted to.
can
I don't think it's inherently the Switch isn't powerful enough or it doesn't have the that's not true.
I was just
I,
saying
I
That's just they
would
online.
don't want
I
to
know
allow
it's not. I know it's powerful enough. I was just talking
I,
about.
I would like to see the sale numbers
I
of
don't care.
no, 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 no. Let me get it out.
Oh, okay. Go
Let
ahead.
me get it out. I would like to see the sale numbers of a game that actually tried. So I would like to see what MLB the Show sale numbers are on the Switch versus Xbox and PlayStation because they actually put those features on the Switch,
Right.
and it's
now.
a simulation game.
My thing is,
Now, with
go ahead,
that
Keith.
being
Go ahead.
said, with that being said, there are just certain games I just simply wouldn't buy on the Switch. Even though I said that it's perfectly fine and capable, there still are games I just wouldn't buy. Like I plan on buying a new No More Heroes that's coming out when they come out on PC because of the frame rate.
Right.
There are titles that you just simply wouldn't want to play on the Switch. But like you said, it would be interesting to see those numbers through other MLBs and stuff like that. But you know, with the introduction of Game Pass, that's going to mess up a lot of things. People already got Game Pass, and people who double dip on consoles are going to be like, "Well, I'm not going to go buy it, even on the PlayStation, unless it's is it crossplay." Crossplay and trophies would be the only reason I would think a person if they had both the Xbox and the PlayStation, as to not get it on Game Pass if they're paying for Game Pass, would be
Right.
those trophies and friends. If it's not crossplay, but I think you did say it's crossplay.
It is crossplay.
So,
Oh, okay. I got what you're
so
saying, D.
that would
Okay.
be the
Thank
only
you.
reason. But I'm curious as well.
All right. EA is trash. I'm just put it out there, and
They
they get
definitely
this right
scratched
here.
the
Slap
scratch.
yourself.
That's what they need to slap themselves. Anyway,
They trying to get thrown out.
One hitter quitter. TKO.
And
That's
they
funny.
trying to get
okay,
bought.
so we got one more topic, or do we want to table it? I want to touch on it, but I think I
Which
think
one? Which one was that?
this is Division Resurgent Mobile. Have y'all seen that?
Uh,
Oh no,
I did. I know you sent the video, but
Well,
I did
let's
not.
table it then. We'll table it. We ain't got
Yeah.
to hit it on tonight. But let me play it, and at least y'all can see it.
I want to hear your thoughts as well. Like, what are your
Uh,
thoughts? Like, why?
this this has legs.
What?
I think this got legs, bro. Uh, I think it got legs, man. Uh, let me pull it up. Hold on.
I'm gonna be fair. When you said the division, you said Ubisoft. I already assumed the worst. Not even gonna lie to you.
Well, I'm not. Yeah, it's Ubisoft, but
That's
to
funny.
me, I'm gonna explain why. Let me pull it up.
That's funny.
Let me pull it up and let y'all see it. So, let me see. I don't know why. Hold up. Why is it doing that? Anyway, do I need to blow it up or what? But anyway, y'all see it. I don't know why it's shrunk like that because I got all this preset, but it's playing like it's playing. I don't care. But anyway, my point is, y'all should be able to see it here. I'm gonna shrink it down because I don't like all this extra busyness in my thing. But I was looking at it, I was like, man, this is a mobile game. I could with this generation and how they are, I could definitely see this game catching on. Like, I don't know if y'all can see it yet. It should be pulling up here
Yeah, I can
shortly.
see it.
It to me, did I pause mine or something? Yeah, I'm behind y'all, no wonder. But to me, I wasn't it's like it's division. It really is a division. And I was like, okay, this mobile, you playing this on your phone? Ah, bruh. That's interesting to me. Like what you see is
Did
the
you play the
actual game.
division too?
Huh?
Did you play the division too?
Yeah, I like the division. I played with K Bum and King Cooper, my boy.
And
King
Taz.
Cooper and
No, the
Taz.
division too.
No, I didn't play two because K Bum didn't want to play it, man. They left me hanging, so I never bought it. They didn't have no. I was ready to hear Level Head Down, but nobody wanted to play the division. They moved on.
It was trash in my opinion. But
I
anyway.
liked the division. I liked it I think I like being on there with y'all more so. I like the game, but I think it was more so being there with y'all in the game. I don't know if I liked the game or not. I couldn't tell you, but I enjoyed them. I'm trying to see. I don't know which one it was. I don't know if it was the fact that I was playing with y'all or if I really liked the game.
It
You
is.
didn't like the game.
It's probably no. It's not that I didn't like the game. I liked the story. It was the repetitiveness of the end game, which I did not like.
Okay,
To make
the
sure we
sponge. I didn't like the sponge. They were
bullet sponge,
sponges. Yeah, they was bullet
bullet sponge.
sponges. But
Yeah, that is true.
I believe that this game, are there any other games like this of this magnitude on mobile? I
I
know
was
Fortnite is. I know Fortnite is on mobile. So
Is Destiny on mobile? I would think Destiny is on mobile. I think there's when you say of this magnitude, what do you mean? I want to make sure I'm
what you
understanding
saying, like
correctly.
Destiny and all? Let me reframe the question. Are we not playing enough? Are we not paying enough attention to the mobile market and how fast it's advancing? Let me say it like that.
Yes, we are not.
Okay. Keith,
We
go
are
ahead and
not.
jump on there, Keith. Okay, I'm
So
gonna get him.
I'd say real quick. I think Call of Duty made $1 billion. Call of Duty Mobile is cranking out close to $1 billion. So no, we are not paying enough attention.
Keith, you got
I
anything to add to that? Yeah,
mean,
go ahead.
technically every game is mobile with the introduction of cloud games.
Oh my God, is he getting
He
paid for this
took this.
advertisement?
He took this totally left. He took this totally left.
No,
PUBG. I forgot
I,
about
I,
PUBG, Nia. That's right. Go
Yeah,
ahead, Keith.
PUBG is mobile.
I
That is true.
think no, we don't pay attention to it because I think we us collectively have wrote it off as like something we wouldn't want to play. But I think there's a lot of mobile games, that are, I guess, quote unquote hardcore. Like you just said, Call of Duty did you said a million
No,
or a billion,
I think they've made 1 billion if I'm
Yeah,
not
they.
a
Yeah,
mistaken.
we remember.
I
billion
We
think
did a
dollars.
podcast.
since they came out, I think they've made 1 billion.
We did a
And PUBG is
podcast.
made even more than that.
We did a podcast, Keith. Remember, we pulled up the numbers of the top mobile
Yeah,
games, and
Oh yeah, we sure did.
they was in the billions, bro. They was up
yep,
there.
yep,
But go
yep.
ahead.
Yeah, but and like no, we're not paying attention. But I also don't think that they have the content to service. I think it's that quick money. You know what I mean? They get that quick money, get in, get out, but nothing sustainable.
Okay.
But
I will disagree with that.
I don't I don't
They are
disagree with it,
doing
brother.
updates. You have to understand the mobile arena updates faster than the consoles do. If you want to be completely honest with you,
Well, I guess
the
what I mean by sustainable is
well, it's talking about content.
oh, okay.
I'm talking
Because
about
I was just thinking
content
about coming back
wise.
to it.
Oh, you talking about
The
replayability?
Yeah,
I don't know. I
oh
yeah, I don't
mean,
no,
know.
I
no,
know.
no, no,
I know. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe it ain't with us. Us being 35, 36 and up. You know, I'm trying to make myself a little younger.
no.
we this doesn't appeal to us, right? This is not. But I'm looking at this. I could definitely play the game looking like this. This ain't bad looking. But I look at my daughter, Kendall. I look at my boy, ministry son Dominic, and they about the same age, and everything is on the phone. Everything is phone. They don't need a switch. They don't need uh whatever else. They can get them level games right there on that phone. Now you
Yep.
gotta go with them virtual controls. That's where it dips off. But for a generation that's been groomed into that world and all, that's normality for them.
Yeah.
It's second nature. They don't mind. We struggle trying to maneuver them virtual
Yeah. So
controls. They
What?
used to it.
yeah.
So for them, man, that's what I'm saying. Are we, because
We're
this
not.
doesn't appeal to us, we're not paying attention because they
We're
not
not.
putting this stuff on here for no reason.
Apex just went mobile about a month or so ago.
Man,
Apex just went mobile.
let me send this shout out to Dark Sun Rider. I saw you up in here, man. I ain't miss you. What's up, bro? Welcome to the show. You here late tonight, man.
That's true. We usually a little bit earlier,
You
but
a
yeah.
little late on tonight, but you up in here. So, but yeah, man. I think we need to start paying more attention. I don't know why this one caught my eye, because I did know PUBG and Call of Duty because we talked about all this stuff. But more and more of these AAA titles is showing up in mobile form. Like this ain't even on the Switch. This is not on the Switch.
Switch ain't making money like mobile would.
My point, I'm just saying, is
Be honest.
this type of a game would not skip over a PlayStation, an Xbox, or PC. The Switch has 100 million plus systems in the wild, man. It's still it's still the most popular. I
Yep.
think it's the most popular system out.
Yep.
And this game is not on it.
You do have to know that even though as far as console goes, the Switch is the most has the most units sold, but when it comes to mobile, it doesn't even scratch the
I know, I
surface.
know, I know. I'm just saying. I'm
It
not.
doesn't even scratch the
I'm not.
like you can combine Xbox,
Right. I
PlayStation,
know.
and Switch together, and it
That's
doesn't
not why
scratch
I'm.
the
That's
surface.
not why I'm.
Yeah,
We.
I know, I know.
This is about
I'm
right.
kind of defending my point of saying why this would go to mobile instead of Switch.
No, I ain't even saying it shouldn't go to the mobile instead of Switch. I'm saying there's money to be made over there on the Switch. That's what I'm saying. Okay, but let me tell
That's
you
true.
something.
That's true. That's true.
Don't let Switch consumers fool you, bruh. If this game showed up over there, they'd buy it. They want these games. They just know they're not getting them. that, they want these games. They just know they're not getting them. That's why they go play Witcher 3 in 25 frames per second and Mortal Kombat melted
Ain't no
chocolate
way.
and candy bars. No, me and you won't, Keith. Nia won't, but there's a lot of them that love that Mortal Kombat on the Switch. I'm like, bro, you can keep all that and everything else that came
Melted
with it,
ice
all the
cream.
downloaded content, every extra bell and whistle. This is
That's
garbage. So,
melted ice
um,
cream.
yeah, there's money to be made because they want these titles because they only getting the Switch. They not getting nothing else, and they want all this. Don't let them fool you. They try to act. The only reason they don't buy it because a lot of times when it comes to their device, it gets gimped, and it's the principle that kicks in. Oh, you gimping me like FIFA? That's why they don't sell. If they put the full, like just look at it. You ain't getting Mario and Rabbids again for no reason. Ubisoft put some real time
Kills on
behind it. Yeah, it got Mario in it. Don't get me wrong. But my point is, if they would have came half tail with Mario and Rabbids, it wouldn't sell. It's because Ubisoft put a full effort into the title. If they put
that
this,
game. Kill
yeah,
on mobile.
huh? Would it kill on mobile? Yeah, it
That
would.
Yeah, it would.
If they put
It would.
this game on a Switch and put this level of effort into the game, it's selling. It's selling. So it's money to be made over there, but it's crazy to me. Anyway, I guess they need to hire me. Nintendo will be rich if they hire me. Shoot,
You
they
heard that,
rich.
Nintendo?
Yeah, they need me. They need us. Anyway, anything else before we call it quits on the night? We went a little longer than we normally, but we started
No,
late, so
that was a quick little. I like that quick little conversation we had about that. That was good.
okay. So
get a chance to dive into the varsity
yeah,
topic.
yeah, I hate that you
Like I
couldn't
wanted
get
to.
on that. Well, give your thoughts on it. Right, let it be heard right
Man,
now.
dude, I don't lost the heat now. I was gonna get mad, and then the Uber driver was a white man. I was like, hey,
Keith,
yeah,
you
was
went
ready.
there with it.
That's
we weren't trying to
no,
get you heated in that sense, Keith. The point
I'm gonna
is,
drive out the ring.
funny.
right? The point is, man, at that, and I think we need to have more and more topics like that when appropriate. Like I said, we here go our own way. We don't follow the latest news all the time. We kind of find unique topics and discuss them. And so if you want that unique stuff, that uh, different stuff, come over here. We got it. We're gonna have real conversations over here. But no, man, that kind of threw me for a loop while they was. I was like, I was like, why everybody bumming this series? It look good to me. And then I started reading the comment section. I'm like, are you telling me that y'all throwing this much shade at this because of brown people? Like, gee, are we still here? 2022? After COVID, we don't love one another? We can't all get along?
I ain't got no love for Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg.
Y'all ain't got no love
No.
for Dr. Dre. But let it be heard then. Ain't that what Snoop said? But I'm sitting there
Right.
like, man, y'all, it's 2022, bro. We just came out of a pandemic that we haven't seen on the level we haven't seen
In the
since the
likes
Black
in
Plague,
100 years.
the Black Plague,
Spanish flu. Spanish
Spanish
flu.
flu, and
19
y'all still on
something.
some my world in context is this way, and you are shading it up. Y'all still there? Like, people,
Still there.
man, stop it. But y'all sure love that hip hop though. But not y'all. Let me stop saying y'all. It's no. I'm just saying those types. Be loving that
There you
hip
go.
hop.
There you go. That's good.
So
Keep it safe now.
yeah, keep it safe. I don't want people. I ain't broad, but I know we got all good people and bad people in every shade. That's not my point. I'm saying those who's complaining. Why are you complaining about something so trivial? Like, come on, man. A ring giving this person power. You got shadow bats, man. Come on, we can't have a brown person. Anyway, let me stop. So
maybe want to go back and watch Bright with Will Smith.
So that was the cast for tonight. I thank y'all for tuning in. Everybody that came and spent time with us tonight. Taz is becoming a regular now. Sister Nia show. Look at me, Sister Nia. We ain't at church. Nia is in here at the video game. Well, she took me to church. You know, she pulled the church out of me.
That's funny.
Dark Sun Rider. There's a few more y'all up in here that y'all didn't put y'all name in the comment section. What we want y'all to do, man, share this cast, man. We trying to grow our viewership back, man. We know we weren't consistent for a while. We're trying to build this back up. So y'all help us get back out into our listeners. I know a lot of y'all saying our recommendations not showing up and our new stuff not showing up. So help us out, man. Help this algorithm get us right. So share it, put it on Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you at. To build us up, man, because I know we offering some good content over here, and we trying to get better and better and better, and that's our intent. So anyway, thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. Keith, K-Bum, y'all got any final words?
Like, comment and like.
Comment and like.
Comment and like, yeah.
I did love the fact that we were able to have that conversation, and I think. And I'm happy that this podcast has actual adults on it that we can have a conversation of that magnitude about something that's difficult as race and still be open-minded about the topic and be able to voice opinions without putting anyone down or making anyone seem less than, because that's not the point of the purpose. So I enjoy being able to have space to have that type of conversation, because I don't think that happens enough. Because to be honest, for the people who get nervous about having conversations about race, the best way to not get nervous or sweaty palm about having the conversation about race is to have the conversation about race. The more you have it, the more comfortable you get with actually having that conversation. So I do advise anyone who has difficulty to do that to just do it more and have that and be open-minded with whatever you may hear.
Okay. Well said, K-Bum. Well said.
Thank you, brother.
Well said. We salute you, man. Anyway, go ahead, Keith.
Gaming, TV shows, video games, all of this content is ours. And then I mean everybody, and it should be relatable for everybody, not just for one people.
Yeah,
it should only really work for everybody, and it shouldn't just be custom character animation, not custom character animation, but custom character creation. No, that's a cop out. That's cool, but that's a cop out. Sometimes we need the force focus. You know what I mean? Excuse me. We need the force focus and those types of games to try to push the envelope thing. And try to get diversity, and not just, black female. I mean, Asian female. Anybody. Just representation and make it make sense. Like, I know I'm not harping that on. I know we're finna go, but I used to hate seeing characters. What's the guy? Final Fantasy VII.
Dante.
Barrett or
no,
it's like Barrett or something.
Yeah, Final Fantasy VII. I thought you said Devil. I don't know why I'm watching this Bayonetta and I went to Devil May Cry.
Yeah, I believe it's Barrett.
Yeah.
That's a black guy.
I used to hate the for the longest time. That's all we were. Comic relief, loud characters. And I'm not saying he didn't have depth, because I don't know, but I'm just saying, like, on the surface. On the surface, we were a bunch of Gears of War type characters, over the top, like no depth. So, or thugs.
completely agree.
Okay, I got it. Look,
Yeah.
I got an awesome cast here, man. Just hold up, Keith. You deserve these claps, bro.
That's a
you
night
do.
after
We just all this maturity around here. Now, let me break the ice. Are y'all getting this Bayonetta 3?
Man, you don't get off this cast.
Are you getting this ugly trash?
Don't get off this cast.
All right, let me stop. Nia, I need to know real quick. Are you getting Bayonetta 3? Are you getting this? If I keep watching, I'm going to mess around and get it. It's looking better and better every time I watch it.
Don't
Anyway, let's stay serious. Let's go back to the deep voice. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. We'll be back, same place, same time. Nia, I'm waiting for your answer. Are you getting Bayonetta 3? Let me see. Hold up. I'm trying to see. Taz, are you going to get Bayonetta 3? He probably already went to bed. Taz, he got a Switch. You might well and buy K-Bun one too, man. This Switch ain't seen the light of day since 2020. COVID took it out for real. COVID took K-Bun Switch out. It died from
Yes,
COVID.
sir. I'm looking dead. Splatoon 3. I'll turn it back on for Splatoon. Well, for Splatoon. I don't know what I said, but for Splatoon 3, I'll turn it back on. We can play.
Okay, Nia said maybe maybe later. Taz said overcooked.
K-Bun gonna get
Taz
gonna get Splatoon later.
Yeah,
I'm gonna be waiting on God of War.
No, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it when it come out. I'm gonna get it GameFly.
And I'm gonna get online. I'm gonna get online when Splatoon 3 come out too.
Yeah, I'll buy it. I'll buy it too.
All right then. Well, that was the show. Thank y'all for tuning in on tonight. We entertained y'all to 10 o'clock. We got to go. Peace. Share this with your friends, loved ones, anyone that y'all think will enjoy what we done. But we out. Deuces.